Adverbs of frequency. What are the adverbs of frequency? Why do we need them? The adverbs of frequency are words that we use to describe verbs, describe another adverbs, and describe adjectives. All right? The adverbs of frequency tells us when or how often an event happens. All right? And there are two types of adverbs of frequency: the adverbs of definite frequency and the adverbs of indefinite frequency. Learning hint: the position of an adverb in a sentence tells you whether it's an adverb of definite or indefinite frequency. The adverbs of definite frequency. Listen, definite frequency. The frequency is, definite. That's the point. For example, once a week, twice a week, once a month, 3 times a month, once a day, hourly. All right? They occur at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. These adverbs of definite frequency. The common ones are hourly. In Portuguese, hourly is like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and so on. We say hourly. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, or a day or a week. Okay? Every month or every other month. Do you know what every other month means? Every other month is like January, then I'm not counting February, then I'm gonna count March, okay? I'm not counting April, I'm gonna count May, and so on. All right? Every other month, every other day. If I say every other day, it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, and so on. Anyway, it's easy. We just need to know that these definite frequency adverbs, they show up at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. Show up means they appear. All right? Example: every day some employees go out for lunch. Or some employees go out for lunch every day. Payroll must be done every 2 weeks. Payroll is the day that you earn your salary. Payday. The sales manager gets new email hourly. And now the adverbs of indefinite frequency. This one we need to study some rules. We need to study which position they will appear in a sentence, all right? The adverbs of indefinite frequency include always, usually, never, often, very often, rarely, sometimes, seldom. Seldom is just like rarely, all right? Seldom. Once in a while, repeatedly. For example, the student repeatedly made mistakes. Once in a while, in Portuguese would be de vez em quando. Typically, hardly ever, like, occasionally, almost never. Hardly ever is just like almost never. All right, the adverbs of indefinite frequency occur in the middle of a sentence. But today we're going to study exactly the position of this adverb in a sentence. All right? There are 3 possible positions or 3 possible places. Let's study this rule number 1. Between the subject and the main verb. All right? For example, she often takes her vacation in winter. The subject in this sentence is she. The main verb is to take. Often is the adverb of indefinite frequency. So she often takes her vacation in winter. The employees always work until 7 or 7 o'clock. Okay, the employees is the subject. Work is the main verb. It's between the subject and main verb. The manager usually arrives first at the staff meetings. But if the main verb is the be verb, just like that, like is, am, are, was, and were, then everything changes. If the main verb is the be verb, the subject, the adverb of indefinite frequency comes right after the be verb. Okay, for example, she is often ill in winter. I cannot say she often is ill. You understand? We have to place this adverb right after the be verb. The employees are always working until 7. The manager is usually the first person to arrive. And the third rule is when you have a helping verb in a sentence, all right, for example, present perfect, the helping verb is have or has, all right? Then the main verb, listen, when you have this sentence that we have this helping verb, the adverb of indefinite frequency must be placed between the helping verb and the main verb. Even though the main verb is the be verb. In this case, when you have a main verb, and this main verb is a be verb, because we have a helping verb in a sentence, you forget about this rule number 2, okay? When you have a helping verb, the adverb is going to be placed always between the helping verb and the main verb. For example, she has often gone on vacation in winter. The employees can always work until 7. You see, has is a helping verb. Can, will. The manager will usually arrive first at the staff meetings. Right? Check this out. The owners have been rarely unreasonable. It's incorrect. Even though we have the be verb here, we have also the helping verb. Therefore, the correct position of the adverb here is between the helping verb and the main verb, between have and been. So the owners have rarely been unreasonable. And some adverbs of indefinite frequency can be placed at the beginning or end of a main clause. Usually, normally, often, frequently, sometimes, once in a while, and occasionally. For example, once in a while, we like to go for a long walk. He accompanies her to the shopping mall occasionally. Of course, every rule has an exception. All right? No big deal. Now, what do you have to do? You have to practice it. So let's do it.